Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great day to be a Falcon. We've got Clint Dozier with us. Hi, Clint.
Hi, how are you doing?
Doing very well. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Clint Dozier is signing a wrestling scholarship for Brewton-Parker College. I tell you, Brewton-Parker College is getting so many of these Lawrence County School District students, and we're so excited about that. Now, Clint, this is a very special day for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you've been wrestling for how long?
Since I was in the second grade till I was 8, so it's been a very long time, about 12 years.
And this is something you've always been working hard towards, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Share with us and the people out there of Dublin, Lawrence County, a little bit about your career in athletics, okay?
Well, I started wrestling when I was 8. At that time, I also played football and baseball. When I got into high school, I wrestled and played baseball until my sophomore year, and then I quit baseball to pursue wrestling year-round. And then for my junior year and senior year, I went wrestling full year round.
And look, this is where we are now,
Yes,
all of that
ma'am.
hard work.
Yes,
We've got Coach Coley with us. How are you, Coach?
I'm doing great.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
You've got one of your wrestlers going off to college to continue this sport.
Very excited. No one's earned it more than Clint. I've
Yeah.
been doing this since '07, and he has been the hardest worker I've ever had the privilege of coaching.
Talk to us about Clint and how he's changed through the years, because a lot of times I think coaches, you see how that athlete progresses. You see the areas that they need to work on to be competitive, especially at the college level. Talk to us about his journey from the coach's perspective.
Well, we were talking earlier, and I told you I coached his older brother back in 13, I think. And so I remember Clint from when he was just real little up in the stands watching his brother cheering him on and stuff. And then over the years, like Clint said, he used to pursue other sports. He was the starting quarterback in middle school and stuff like that, good baseball player. And then he just kept getting more and more focused over the years. He decided, I'm going to pursue wrestling. And to me, one of the most inspirational things I've ever heard is when he got his 100th win, he said, "It ain't a state championship, Coach."
Look at that.
Like it was nothing. And just that kind of focus, you don't see that in too many kids.
Clint, when did the light bulb hit with you? When did that light bulb actually go off when you're like, okay, I'm really loving what I'm doing. I've got to keep pushing myself because I want to reach this goal. When did that?
My junior year, I went to a wrestling tournament in Virginia, and I absolutely got beat up. I went 0-8, and I just realized at that point that I wanted to be really good at wrestling. And so I went year-round with it, and I just stuck with it, and now I'm where I'm at today.
And your older brothers, tell us about him. So you've got older brothers.
Yes, ma'am.
Are they both athletes?
My oldest brother, he was a track star and cross-country star in wrestling, and then my middle brother, he's more of a, I don't know if he's more of a computer.
I got you.
gaming
That's
type
all
of guy.
right. I get it. And so now where do you get this athleticism from? Because we're looking at your mom and dad right here.
I would like to think my dad. I don't know if you could say that though. He's kind of he can't really jump high or run fast. but
Right,
He is pretty
right.
tall.
He's
so
pretty
I'd
tall.
I'd like to think I get it from him.
Now, Coach, listen, it takes a special kind of athlete to be able to excel at a sport at the high school level, but then it requires a little extra at the collegiate level. What is it about this young man right here to my right and to your left that you see that he's going to be able to be very competitive as a Baron?
Well, like I said, his focus, he gets up, I know Mondays, Thursdays, and Sundays during the season, he's going to extra practices after our practice. So that's 7 days a week right there. 'Cause Friday, Saturday, we're going to tournaments and stuff. I mean, he has a great attitude. He is constantly looking and saying, what do I need to do better? He's not saying, look at what I accomplished, 100 wins. Look, I mean, he's like, what do I need to do to get better?
Yeah.
And that's what's going to take him
That's right.
further.
And now, Clint, you've got some teammates here that are watching. You've got people out there, young men who are actually having the same aspirations of you as you are, who want to continue their sport at the collegiate level. What words of encouragement would you like to give them?
Keep working. One day you'll be there if you put your whole mind and
Yeah.
your whole body to it and actually eat right and do everything you can to be there, you'll be there.
Very good. And what would you like to say to your coach here? Because your relation here is about to take a shift. Your relationship's about to take a shift. You're about to have new coaches, and of course, you have laid a foundation for him. What would you like to say to him?
I want to say thank you for being there the years you didn't have to. That's what I want to say. Thank you
No
very
problem.
much. I appreciate that very much.
Thank you, Coach, for all you do to pour into these young men.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the parents here. We've got Lisa and Ron Dozier with us. How are you two?
Good?
Hey, I'm good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
This is an exciting time for you as parents.
Yes, ma'am.
A little bit bittersweet, isn't it?
Yes.
Mom, we're going to start with you. Talk to us about your relationship with your son, and through the years, have you seen him grow and mature as a young man and, of course, as an athlete, and what it means for you today to witness this?
Well, I've always said that Clint is really determined, and he's a hard worker. And so I feel like through all the years, when he can't stand to let people down. And so you can see that in a lot of his work that he does with wrestling and everything. You can see it written all over his face.
Yeah.
And it's so sweet because he will work harder until he, makes, well, what he thinks makes somebody proud. But,
Yeah.
we're already proud, but
Yes.
that he wants to get that achievement.
How was he as a little boy? How was he as a
Well,
little
one
bitty?
memory, I will tell you, we used to take him wrestling to USA. He used to do USA wrestling, and he was real little then. And if he lost a match, he would pitch a fit and cry
Really?
because he wanted to win. Even at that young age, he wanted to win. He wanted to be the best, and he would come off. He would be so upset, and he'd say, "I'm quitting. I'm going home. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that." But he would get back out there and do, work harder and do better the next time.
That's beautiful, and you've been with him throughout everything. How does it feel for you as a mother? Because he's getting ready to leave home. He's not going to be too far away, but he's not going to be right where you can have your hands on him. What does it feel like for you right now?
My heart's breaking.
Yeah.
He's the baby, We've raised him right, and, and I just pray that God will take care of him and lead him down the road at, PCB to be the best wrestler he could be, and also, learn his degree and everything, get all of his schooling.
And he's not too far. You'll still be able to get to see some of his games. He'll have some games that are a little bit farther away, of course, but he's still close enough so you'll get to be in those stands and cheer him on. Dad, talk to us a little bit. Talk to us about the relationship you have, the father-son relationship, which is quite special, and you're a father of 3 sons. So
That's correct.
Talk to us about that.
Our relationship is special as a family. We are a close family and support one another. Clint, as Coach Coley was saying, we had an older child that was wrestling in high school, Clint being young, wrestling. So we spent a lot of time going on Friday nights to watch high school wrestling, getting in a vehicle with our middle son and Clint, driving to Atlanta, being up there weighing in at 7 o'clock in the morning, and spending all day wrestling, coming
Yeah.
back home. So, our family, it took a lot of dedication from everybody to get him to where he's at. And for me, when he started out here, some of these other gentlemen, started at the same time or similar times and followed through. Some of them had started and stopped and came back, but,
Right.
Clint stuck to it the whole time. And I ended up being his coach for these tournaments.
Yeah.
He did a lot of practicing with Gerald Carr in the Storm Center, but when we go to a tournament, he wanted me to be his coach. And I have no wrestling background. I learned it all from Coach Coley and the other ones, Coach Carr and all. So from the wrestling standpoint, it's been a unique journey for me.
Right.
Because one, being a father, you had to separate that from being his coach. And then also as he got to the middle school and high school level, for his high school coaches to coach, I kind of had to step back and become more of a fan and parent of what was going on. So.
And look at that. So every gamut, you've done it. And look at the sacrifices. Parents make such sacrifices for their children. We sacrifice our time. We sacrifice our finances because it costs going to these tournaments and sometimes staying in hotels and all the equipment, things that they may need that you may have to purchase. And so it's a big commitment. It's a family affair. And now, Dad, he's getting ready to go off to college, your baby boy. What are you feeling about it right now?
I'm excited about it. He's been on this journey for about a year and a half now, talking to colleges, and said a lot of colleges in the Midwest contacting
Yeah.
and taking those recruiting visits for those distances out there, you know, and being able to come back right here local and wrestle. There's only 5 colleges, I think, in Georgia that offer wrestling, so it's not easy to wrestle at home here in Georgia.
Right.
You know, so it's a blessing for him to be that close, so we're excited about it.
We're excited too. Now listen, you also want to give him some advice because Mom, you're saying like he's not going to be right here with me, and I'm praying that everything that we've taught him or how we've raised him, that he's going to take with him. What is it that you want him to know from you? Because so here's the thing. You know, when our children go off to college, as mothers, it's very difficult because we're so used to seeing them. We're so used to hearing the noise of them in the house. We're so used to cooking a certain amount of food because of our kids and doing laundry, and things are taking a shift now. So what is it that you want your baby Clint to know?
That we love him, we're proud of him, and just to always follow God.
I'm telling you. Dad, what do you want him to know?
I want him to know that as he moves forward in life, his decisions, friends, things around him are going to change, a lot more so than what they do in high school. You know, and those decisions are going to be on him, you know, and like she said, we want to support him, but the decisions he makes now, you know, he's on his own, and just make sound decisions, and like she said, follow God, and you know, you're working toward the rest of your life from here.
That's right. That's right. Well, very good. Thank you both so much for sharing with us. We're glad to be able to partake in this day with your family because it is a special time for your family, and we're excited about what the future holds for Clint, and we know you two are still going to be out in those stands and supporting your little baby boy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Doziers.
Hi, I'm Matt Sapp, inviting you to come see us at Dexter Meat Company. For fresh hand-cut meats, try our St. Louis ribs or our seasoned ribs. If you like sausage, you'll love our original, our Cajun sausage, or try our jalapeno cheddar, smoked, or ghost pepper cheddar sausage. That sure enough is hot. Our pork selection includes cubed pork, boneless chops, Boston butts, and more. We invite all our neighbors to come see us for the freshest cut of meat. Remember, we cater to. Call ahead and we'll have it fixed for you. Monday through Friday, 10 to 7, Saturday, 8 to 6.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dustin Gay. I'm a local orthopedic surgeon with Houston Clinic Orthopedics, and we'd really like to invite everybody to come out to our new office facility to take a look at it. It's a larger space with physical therapy, and we're just excited to have it, and we'd love for people to come out and visit us.
Come by and see us today at our brand new location, the Houston Clinic, Medical Drive in Dublin.
Now, I'm used to being a soccer mom. I've been a soccer mom for the past 16 years. Now I've got a wrestling mom over here with us too.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Holly. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you.
And we've got Cole with us. Hi, Cole.
Hey.
Nice bangs.
Thank you.
Listen, you all have been knowing this young man for a little while. Cole, we want to hear from you, from your perspective of him as a teammate and a friend, and what that relationship has been like for you, and of course, seeing him out there on those mats wrestling. Talk to us.
Well, I mean, he's a good kid. He's always put in hard work. And
You know, you sound like his dad right now.
yes, ma'am.
He's a good kid. What grade are you going to?
I'm going to 10th.
Great. I love that. And so for you, you're a wrestler. What other sports do you do?
That's the only sport. Well, I did baseball, but I quit.
Yeah, okay. So tell me about him on the mat. So you say he's a good kid, right? What makes him a good wrestler and one that could be very competitive in college?
I mean, he's just really good.
He's just really
He'd
good.
whip up on me a lot.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And what kind of advice do you have for him? Any advice for him?
No, ma'am, just keep going.
Keep going? Holly, talk to us from your perspective as a mom and seeing these young men and being wrestling moms, of course. I know that you have to do a lot to just kind of make sure that they've got everything that they need and have that support. Talk to us about that.
Well, Cole just started wrestling. This is his first year, ninth grade. I've always tried to get Cole to wrestle from the time he was little. He was never interested in wrestling. He always played baseball. And I'm like, Cole, you need to wrestle, you need to wrestle. So finally, he comes home one day this year and says, Mom, I want to wrestle. I said, okay. So He did, and for a first year, he really had a really awesome, just mentors and just everybody. I mean, from coach to all of his friends. I mean, they just all supported each other, whether they were, winning, losing, or whatever. They were just a great group of kids. Cole learned a lot from Clint. I mean, Clint took up a lot of time with him, and Clint's a good kid, and he's gonna go far.
He's gonna go far. And we want you guys to really, if you can give some encouragement to his mom, because when you think about it, when your baby's gone, you'll be in these shoes where you're like, okay, now I have to make some adjustments to my new normal as a mother. What kind of encouraging words would you like to give to Clint's mom right now?
I would say just be proud of where he is and where y'all got him. I mean, that's a lot, like they talked about a while ago, just the sacrifices that we as parents do make for them to get to be able to do what they do. It's a lot. I mean, financial, all kind of different aspects, that you have to look at. So I would just say, y'all, you're doing a great job, and he's gonna do good, and just, you'll have the memories forever, and
That's right, forever and always. And you, young man, all right, so you're gonna have to, you're stepping it up. You're about to go into the 10th grade, and your sophomore year is very significant, especially when it comes to athletics, because you're really, hunkering down there, and you're having to make some key decisions as far as whether you want to continue that sport or what. What do you want to say to your teammate, because you're losing some?
I'm gonna miss him on the mat and off the mat.
Yeah. You'll get to still go watch him, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Whenever you get time off of your schedule.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Any last words, Holly?
No, ma'am. Just, just first and foremost, keep God first in whatever you do, and everything else will fall into place.
Very good. Thank you so much, Holly. There's a special bond that teammates should have with one another. And of course, when you have several that are flying away to their next adventure, those are some very special relationships. And it's always important for us to be able to talk with them just so that they can give some words of encouragement and advice to the ones that are leaving. We've got Austin with us too. All right. Hi, Austin.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Nice to see you.
Yes, ma'am.
Long time no see.
Well, yes, man. I try to get into everyone I can, especially with any of my teammates.
That's right. You're athlete of the year.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Salutatorian.
Yes, ma'am.
Going to University of Georgia.
Yes, ma'am.
Fantastic. Very proud of you. Young man, please introduce yourself to everyone and tell us about you.
I'm Caleb Cannon. I've wrestled with Clint since as long as I can remember. He's brought me up, really. He's been a second coach every year.
Now, Caleb, you're a rising senior, so you're going to be one of the leaders of this team. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, listen, guys, talk to us about the relationship that you have with Clint and how you've seen him progress as an athlete. Austin?
Well, I mean, Clint has always been a good wrestler. I've seen Clint wrestle since middle school. He was actually the person who made me interested in wrestling. So I've seen him grow up. I've seen him always stay hungry. Every time he loses to someone, he'll make sure he'll get him again the next time. He'll make sure he wins. He's just very diligent.
His mom says he would go off,
Yes,
just kind of, beating himself up. Caleb, talk to us about the relationship that you have with Clint and what you've seen in him and how he's improved as a wrestler.
Well, he's always been good since I can remember. It wasn't until last year until I started taking it really serious, and that's because of Clint. And I went from like 5 wins to 40 this year.
Wow, congratulations to you. Tell me about the bond that you all have as teammates. It's like a brotherhood, isn't it? What's special about that?
Well, I mean, we're teammates, but most importantly, we are brothers. I mean, we do stuff outside of the wrestling room, and that's what makes it special.
Yeah. What about that to you, Caleb?
Yeah, it's just a brotherhood.
That's a brotherhood. You've got one here that's leaving too, another one.
I know.
And so fellas, we want you to kind of give some encouraging words to one another because, for you, Austin, with Clint leaving and, you got young men here like Caleb that are still here, what would you like to say to encourage Clint as he goes into the next adventure and, of course, as passing that baton over to Caleb here to continue doing well?
Well, one thing I got to tell Clint is I want him to stay hungry and understand that it's always God first. He is a God-fearing man, so I know that he will be just started right in Brewton-Parker. And tell Caleb, I just want to tell you, Caleb, that, you know, you just got to keep striving. I feel like you have a lot more potential. You could be a state champion this year, and it's all because, you know, your work ethic, and me and Clint get you there.
You got that, Caleb?
That was good.
All right, Caleb, it's your turn. What do you want to say to these young men here, to Clint, and then, of course, to Austin?
Well, I know Clint's going to do good. That's just the way he is. And if he's not, he's going to get there.
Yeah.
And I know we got some people coming up that's going to continue what Clint set out.
Yeah. Very good. Anything you'd like to say to Austin?
Yeah, I'm going to miss him. I'm going to miss him a lot.
Very good. Thank you, young men. We're so proud of you, too. We're proud of the things that you've already yet accomplished and what is yet around the horizon for you both, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
This is Austin and Caleb, ladies and gentlemen, teammates of Clint Dozier.
First Lawrence Bank invites you to experience banking at its best. Whether you have personal or business needs, we're a full-service bank big enough to handle all of your banking needs and small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank like First Lawrence Bank. Looking forward to your future. That's First Lawrence Bank in Dublin and Dexter, member FDIC.
It's really hot outside, and the deals are even hotter with the City of Dublin natural gas. How would you like a free 40-gallon hot water heater plus free gas installation? It's easy. Just pick up the phone and call Brad Grimes with the City of Dublin Natural Gas, 277-5048, and get a free hot water heater and free installation. The City of Dublin Natural Gas, saving you money every single day.
Having the opportunity to meet Clint's friends and teammates and family has been really nice. And we've got Tristan and Coy with us now. Hi, fellas. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Nice to see you both.
Nice to see you too.
You know, I think that this is kind of bittersweet, you know, because it's like your teammates getting ready to go off to college and continue playing a sport that they love. And it's like your relationships are going to have to take a little shift, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Tristan, you share with us first. Talk to us a little bit about that relationship and that friendship that you formed with Clint and what you've seen in him on the mat.
Well, what I've seen, I've always tried to, ever since I got to high school, I was just trying to model myself after his work ethic. Like, he's just one of the hardest workers you'll ever meet, and it's just great.
What grade are you going to?
I'll be a sophomore this year.
You're going to be a sophomore. So how long have you been wrestling?
This will be my 5th year coming
Your
up.
5th year?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you play any other sports?
I play football and I run track.
Really? So which one is your main sport out of the three?
Probably wrestling.
Wrestling,
Yes,
probably?
ma'am.
So is that something you think you want to pursue once after high school?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. All right, Coy, share with us. First, talk to us about you.
I'm Coy Coons. I'm an upcoming senior this year, and I've wrestled for probably about 6 years off and on now with Clint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up, me and Clint grew up going to wrestling tournaments when we were small. Our older brothers were teammates.
Wow, how cool is that? So you guys have built a bond through the years.
Yes, ma'am.
And so wrestling is the only sport that you play?
I wrestle and I play golf for the school.
You're a golfer. Which one's your main sport out of these?
I enjoy wrestling more than I enjoy
So
golf.
for over 6 years, you've been a wrestler, Coy.
Yes, ma'am.
What makes a good wrestler?
Dedication.
Dedication. And you guys are definitely showing that because you're talking about your commitment and you're seeing how Clint is and his work ethic. And I think that you all are kind of gleaning a little bit from him, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And so for you, now you're going to be upcoming senior. You're going to be one of the leaders, Coy.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you consider yourself a leader already?
I do sometimes. I think Clint's a hard leader to come up after. He's a great leader for the team. He's always been there for everybody.
Look at that. So Clint is definitely leaving a legacy behind, isn't he?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, fellas, this is your opportunity to kind of share with us. Just give him some words of encouragement because it's different. It's going to be different for you all, but it's also going to be different for him because he's used to being around you guys. He's used to having his family right there. He's used to being in a familiar territory. So even though he's going off to play a sport that he's been playing for years, it's going to be a little foreign for him because he's going to have to get to know his teammates. He's going to have to get to trust his teammates. And so that's going to be an adjustment for him. So what would you like to say to him, Tristan, to kind of encourage him? Because it's going to be a little hard. It's going to be tough for him.
Yes, ma'am. I just say keep the warrior mentality that he has. He's such a strong mentality. He's strong-minded. And I just say stay humble and keep your head down and work hard.
Very good. Thank you. Coy?
Like I said, Clint's one of the most dedicated wrestlers I've probably ever been around, and I think as long as he can keep his head on straight, and he'll do great.
He's going to do great
things.
Very good. And listen, we're expecting great things from you too as well. Any last words? We've said it all, haven't it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, now you guys, he's not too far away where you still get to see him wrestle a little bit, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And vice versa, you just gotta, have his people, check his schedule. Nice meeting you both.
You too.
This is Coy and Tristan, ladies and gentlemen, the teammates of Clint Dozier. This has really been a great day. Another one of these Falcons is going off to Brewton-Parker College. Clint, what was it like to hear your friends and your family talk to you about that, like this way?
It almost made me emotional. It really shows what I mean to them and how much they're going to miss me.
And, just hearing some of your teammates, just talking about how they look up to you, like you're a mentor to them, and you have been for years.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's like they said they want to emulate you.
Right.
Man, that's huge.
That is. It means very much to me. Yeah.
And it's like, here it is, in a way, I know there's a little sadness for you, because you're like, these are your boys, this is your family, and you're having to leave.
It almost made me not want to wrestle in college when I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because it was going to be a whole nother team besides what I have now, and that was very hard for me to think about.
How is it that you're going to make the adjustments? Because I know that you trust these fellas here, your coaches, your family, and now you're having to kind of open yourself up a little bit to new things, new people, new coaches. How are you going to make those adjustments?
Well, I think I'm just going to trust God and trying to stay focused on wrestling, and hopefully it'll all work out.
All work out.
Yes, ma'am.
Just hearing some of these younger fellas, it touched my heart, and I know it touches the people out there to know that you're definitely leaving a legacy behind.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think that when you have older brothers or older siblings who are playing a sport or doing whatever, it's like the young ones have to be able to make their mark.
Right.
And you've done that.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're still striving. You're still on your stride.
Yes, ma'am.
Any last words you'd like to say to the people up there of Dublin, Lawrence County? Because you got a lot of people who've watched you wrestle through the years. And now here it is, on to your next adventure. What would you like to say to all your fans out there?
I would like to say thank you to everybody that has supported me throughout these years, especially to Coach Carr and, Gerald Carr and Bryce Carr. They've been through everything with me and got me to where I am today. And all my friends, y'all know who y'all are. Thank you.
I love that. Anything you want to say to your parents?
Y'all know what y'all done for me, and it almost makes me emotional looking at y'all, because y'all know what y'all have done for me, and I'm very thankful.
Oh, yeah.
And I love y'all. Thank you.
And even though you're gone to Brewton-Parker, you still have a support system here with your Falcon family, your Lawrence County School District family, your Dublin Lawrence County family. We're so very proud of you. And the people that are watching are so proud to hear the accolades and the things that are being said about you, because I'm telling you, when you're gone away from somewhere, and then you hear them still talking about you, that lets you know, and that's a gentle reminder that you're doing something right.
Yes, ma'am, and that was my whole goal throughout high school. Yes,
Check,
ma'am.
you
Yes,
succeeded.
Ma'am. Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
we're looking forward to the great things that are to come for you at Brewton-Parker
Yes, ma'am.
College.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you, Clint.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Clint Dozier. He signed a wrestling scholarship to Brewton-Parker College. He is a future Baron, and we at Lawrence County School District cannot be any more proud. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
And we are Team Lawrence.